Jumbo, my friend, welcome to the show. I am Lou Mangello. It is Wednesday night, and welcome to WDW Radio Live. If you are watching live, thank you for being here. Kwaharini, is that what they say in the Animal Kingdom? Something like that. It's been so long since I've been there. If you're watching live, thank you for being here. I hope you brought a snack. I hope you brought a friend. If not, maybe tag somebody in the comments. Invite them to join along. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us every Wednesday night right here at WDWRadioLive.com. Be part of the community and conversation. Wait, I can't see without my I can't see without my glasses. I should have had this all ready to go, and I didn't. That's fine. I can't see it. I was going to put up the image, but I can't. There you go. Be part of the community conversation at www.com/community. I am on location tonight. I am not upstairs. Clearly, this is not a fake background. I've made it outside. I am not in Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is as close as I could get, and it's my lanai. So this is as close to nature and Animal Kingdom as I could be. I've obviously been in a very Animal Kingdom kind of mood and frame of mind and appetite for the last couple of weeks. Jim Corcus and I, as you know, have done, hang on one second. We have done 2 shows back to back and belly to belly, as it were, talking about the concepts, the history, the blue sky ideas, and the development of Disney's Animal Kingdom. This week, we really talk about opening day, what that was like, and give you kind of a virtual walking tour of what that park was like when it first opened. Had a lot of fun doing with it. I just wish Jim and I had more to talk about. They're both pretty short shows, and neither of us spent a lot of time talking over the other person because there's so much we want to share. And I hope that you enjoyed it, whether you were there in 1998 or the first time that you've gone is relatively recently. More importantly, if you dig it, and I hope that you do, please tell and invite a friend as well. How am I doing on audio? Am I okay? Do I need to use a little microphone, or you guys hear me okay? Again, this is the first time I've sort of done it this way. This was a last minute. I was literally running downstairs with my laptop and my camera and didn't bother bringing down my mics or my mixer or anything. So we're going old school. We're just going super simple. Going to have some fun tonight. We're going to do a top 5 live. I'm sure you can almost guess what it's about because it's Earth Day. We're celebrating Earth Day both here on the show, on the podcast, on the daily Disney Trivia, by the way. If you've been playing Daily Disney Trivia over on Instagram, do me a favor. Give me a yes, a thumbs up, a heart, a like, whatever it might be, because we are doing it every single day over on the... oops, wait a second. Let's try this again. Now we're going to do it. There we go. We're doing it every single day over on my Instagram stories. I'm sharing it out to Facebook, but would love for you guys to play over there as well. I just saw Rob Poliani McDonald. Holy cow, blast from the past, brother. Long time no see. That's what I love about doing the live stuff too. You know, again, the podcast is always going to be the core, the nucleus, really the heart of what I and what we do individually and as a community in terms of content. But I love this, man. And I was just on a conversation, actually in an interview I shared today, talking about the importance and the power of live video. And first of all, how I just sort of feed off of your energy by being here, but I love this dialogue. I love the two-way communication in terms of being able to read things real time. I think there is no more transparent, authentic, and really enjoyable thing to do than be able to spend a little bit of time with you every single Wednesday night. So lots to talk about tonight. So Shannon says, I'm playing every day. You fooled me a few times. Jennifer Ginn Thompson, so good to see you again. I got your email before. Heather says, I'm terrible at it, but yes, listen, the point, believe it or not, is not about your score or getting it right, but hopefully it's a little bit of a learning experience as well. It's a little bit of a learning opportunity as well. Plus, I wrote thousands of trivia questions for my Walt Disney World Trivia Book Volume 3, which obviously I never put to print. So I thought I would share some of them. And this week has all been about Animal Kingdom. So I hope that you're digging it. More importantly, I hope that you are sharing it out and inviting others to be part of the community and the conversation, especially here over in the Box People group, right? So as I say, spread the word, tell a friend, whatever it might be. And I appreciate you guys doing that. So I think we should just get right into it. What do you think, non-studio audience? Now I have nobody to talk. It's usually I have the Peter Pan on the door. Tonight I've got some lizards, a few no-see-ums. God only knows what other creatures are crawling around out here. So it's like being at Animal Kingdom, but without as many good food options. Here's a quick question. If I could take you to eat in Animal Kingdom anywhere you want right now, we snap our fingers, we go, you're my treat, I take you, where do we go to eat right now? There's no real wrong answer to this, unless you say Pizza Safari. No, there's really no wrong answer. Look, Pizza Safari might be your favorite place, and I dig it, man. Actually, I love the theming and the story in Pizza Safari. Maybe one day I'll take you guys on a tour. I've probably never done a tour of the rooms of Pizza Safari because each one is different. Each one tells a story, and each one there's something to be learned inside Pizza Safari. So where would we go for dinner? Marla Chan, you listen, if I needed one more reason to love Marla Chan, she says Nomad Lounge. And I appreciate that, one, because it's not as expensive as Tiffin's, and two, I really like Nomad Lounge, like a lot. Angela says, Yak and Yeti. I would argue that Yak and Yeti outside counter service is not only some of the best counter service on property, it rivals Yak and Yeti inside. And Steven Schussler, if you're here, Steven Schussler, the creator of such places as Boathouse, Rainforest Cafe, is also the creator of Yak and Yeti as well. As if I needed any more reasons to love it. A lot of love, like from Shannon King for Tree Bbq. Arguably one of the best views, certainly one of the best inside the park views, certainly for a counter service location. The key, the trick, do not go to the immediate seating area to the left of where you get your food. Go down the winding pathway as far as you can. There's wonderful seating right by the water. Actually, you're flanked by the water because you've got the little sort of reflecting pond and waterfalls and lily to one side. You've got the lagoon on your right. You've got Everest off in the distance. Depending on when you time it, you can see the floats for Rivers of Light. It's beautiful out there. And did I mention, by the way, the pulled pork? So I dig Flame Tree a lot. I don't think I've ever done a review of Flame Tree. If only I could find somebody, and if they would just open the parks back up. Meg Nodson says Tusker House 100%. That is a pretty compelling number. I think Tusker House for breakfast, I would put up there with and or against Boma for breakfast. Not only is it that good, but you can get into the parks early. There's characters there. And oh, by the way, it's all you can eat. Of course, we'll see how buffets change, possibly, when the parks and the world and rest of America opens up when this is all over. Scott Otis says I might be behind those bushes right now. That's actually good to know because I can actually test my new, I have this little button here which will electrify the fence that I've since put around. So we'll see if it really works. Sergio says Yak and Yeti, Samantha, Flame Tree, Tom, Yak and Yeti. Michael Ross just going Jersey strong. I'm with you, brother. Lisa DeNiro Glasser says Nomad Lounge. God, that was so. We have to go back. Kate, we have to go back because they have since changed the menu from when we did a live dining review. We'll get to that in a little while. I might be tipping my hand just a wee little bit. Tusker House breakfast. Boma, but it's on me this time. Jim Orhowski, you had me at it's on me. So, no, listen, Jamie Kersey, happy birthday, by the way. Good to see you again. A lot of love for Yak and Yeti. Connor Brown says poutine and a watermelon margarita at Nomad Lounge. You had me at poutine and watermelon and margarita and at Nomad Lounge. I also got your email too, brother. I'll get right back to you on that as well. Oops. Let's put that back up here. So I was waiting, Erica, for somebody to throw Satuli Canteen in there. Satuli Canteen is without a doubt top 5, maybe even top 3 counter service locations in all of Walt Disney World. The Build-A-Bowl cannot be beat. It's also, if you time it right in terms of time of year, sitting outside is actually quite lovely. Middle of August, noon, outside, not so much. However, late afternoon, fall, wintertime, really, really nice. I think I did do a review of that. I did do a review of that one with Big Fat Panda and My Son on show number, insert show number here. Jason Knapp says, shocker. Lisa Nura Glasser says, Nomad, high maintenance. It was a shocker to me. I was not expecting that. I was really expecting her to say something like cream cheese pretzel from one of the carts. Actually, I don't know if they still have, God, I'm so hungry. Do they still have the samosas from, what is it, Mr. Kamal's on the backside of Tree of Life as you go towards Asia? They're vegetarian. They're fantastic, and usually piping hot. So despite how far away Disney's Animal Kingdom is, I'm going to need to go back to Animal Kingdom. Amanda Catherine Lucicero says, Satuli Canteen, again, the build your own bowl goes a long, long way. And I just like the story. I like everything about that place. Evan, a lot of Flame Tree. You can get lost in Pizzafari. You can, but there's actually some really nice quiet locations all the way in the back if you want to get away a little bit, and the air conditioning is a nice touch. Carlos Eduardo Silva says, Nomad Lounge. I agree, my friend, and when this is all said and done, we will all get together and re-review. And we need to get Carlos on the Nomad Lounge re-review because we need a little Brazilian flair, a little PontoOrlando.com in there, just because I dig you and your cute little accent. So, Paul Dolan says the Boathouse Bar. It's not even in Animal Kingdom, and I really don't care because the Boathouse is always going to be a correct answer. So, Lori Oliveira, I'm happy because I've seen your photos of said Yak and Yeti. Seriously, the best appetizer. They say shareable, but come on. Ahi tuna nachos, which I listed as one of, God, I did an article, and I'm not trying to drop names, but I did an article for People Magazine maybe a year or two ago, and the ahi tuna nachos were on there. Like, I made a special trip just to Animal Kingdom just to get a photo of the ahi tuna nachos, and I will confirm they are in fact shareable. They are also in fact edible by one person by himself in the middle of the afternoon. So judge me not, lest ye be judged. So, let's see. Best view of Everest, I assume you're talking about. Flame Tree, I'm so far behind in comments. I'm scrolling back. Let's see. Becky Megan comes in and is mean right from the outset. Oh, look, no hat. And you shaved? I shaved literally about 30 seconds before we went on the air. So, and if you could listen, I've got scruff already. So it's like the Santa Claus, like where Scott Calvin shaves and his beard comes right back. It's also very, like Scott Calvin, also very, very gray in the front. I attribute that to, yeah. Amanda, the views at Flame Tree and with the, okay. Kate says, this discussion is making me realize how little I have eaten at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Kate Wallace, we need to fix that. I am a giver. I am willing to help guide you through the Disney's Animal Kingdom culinary experience, if you so desire. I actually did that once. When I used to give tours, I used to do like history trivia tours of the different parks, and I would just let people pick whatever park they wanted to. Somebody said, look, that the trivia and the history stuff is great, but my family and I just wants to sort of go on a dining tour with you. Can we just do that all day? I not so reluctantly said yes, and that may have been hashtag one of the best days ever. Let's see. Karen says, I'm here late. What's the topic? So, Karen, we are about to get to the top 5 live. I did ask a quick question that if I could take you anywhere for dinner in Disney's Animal Kingdom right this very minute, where would we go and why? You don't have to even say why because there's no... Jeremy Goff, one of the nicest, most talented, funniest guys I know, says, I need to check out Nomad Lounge. Never been there, and it comes up a lot. Jeremy Goff, again, giver, helpful, stretchy pants. We're pals. We could make that happen on your next trip down. Nomad Lounge, also, again, sunset, Nomad Lounge, not in the middle of summer. One of the most relaxing, I have to do a top 10 on that. Sort of the most relaxing outdoor seating area places. I need to refine the name, but outdoor relaxing seating, snacking areas in Walt Disney World. Geyser Point, Nomad Lounge. I might have just given you away the top two, but they're very, 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 very high on that list. Michelle O'Connor, nice to see you. Maureen Carey, I am so sorry that I'm making you hungry. Hi, I'm Lou. Have we met? I can always turn a non-food show into a food show. Amanda says, I like how you're outside and all of a sudden you're looking off and yelling to the right and not to, well, because this is like the house is here and there's like open area, like yard space that way. And I don't know, I guess it's just change of scenery, change of habit. So I'm looking to the right and not. Oh my God. Poke Chris Shepard. Poke on chips is exactly what you get at Yak and Yeti. And Crystal Steers from chasinghappiness.ca. Crystal Steers, you're more like bringing happiness than chasing happiness. Go check out. I wish I had I need to make up a little full screen thing for you. It's chasinghappiness.ca. Crystal brings happiness and really helps you sort of find, dare I say, she helps you choose the good. Hashtag choose the good. She absolutely does that. So, let's see. Bring back. I will be fully scruffed up by about 9 o'clock tonight. So no. I feel like a little kid. Like I shaved today, and I was like, oh my God. I looked. First of all, whatever. Like a little kid. Tusker House breakfast is absolutely a must. I absolutely agree. Martin Shergold from the United Kingdom. Cheers to you, my friend, as Benny Hill would say or do. I don't know why I just thought about Benny Hill. Yakety Sax. I used to love like sneaking out of bed at like 11:30 at night and putting on Benny Hill reruns as a kid on Channel 9. Like there was nothing wrong with it, but it was like a little blue, but not really, but it was on Channel 9. Whatever. That's about as bad as I got. Lori says, inside they have a huge table. Avengers Assemble. Lori, the next time you come down, me, you, Angelo, I mean, that we could ask anybody else that you want, but I mean, I'm fine with that trio right there. We are going to assemble at Yak and Yeti and do some, we'll do some dining. I think, have I done a review of Yak and Yeti inside? Can somebody look that up? I don't think that I have. Lori, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do a live dining review because you love the tuna tostada chips things. We should go and God, I can't wait. I miss live dining reviews so very much. Dave Rashoni, hope the neighbors can't hear me. Listen, when I come and sit out here sometimes, I hear some weird stuff, man. This, not the weirdest thing. Remember when I used to do this from Naples? Like when I very first started doing this from Naples, like 12 years ago, and my neighbors were really, really close. God only knows what they were wondering is going on. But yeah, I hear lots of weird stuff. UPN 9. So Kate Wallace, it was WWOR. It was WOR with Al Franken. No, not Al Franken. Joe Franklin. Joe Franklin, who for some reason now sounds like the Carvel guy. Remember Joe Franklin on Channel 9? I'm so incredibly old. Laura, yes, we will do some serious damage. Tony Chila would love Yak and Yeti right now. Tony, I would do a lot for Yak and Yeti right now. I would do anything to make that long, excruciating long drive. And I will, when the parks reopen, I will never say that again. Animal Kingdom, I miss you so very much. Don Nicholson, home of the Mets. Meet the Mets. Channel 9 had Benny Hill. It had Joe Franklin. It had Uncle Floyd. Now, Uncle Floyd was on Channel 11. Remember Uncle Floyd? I'm so sorry for this old sort of trip down. I almost did this. I was going to start sort of like a retro, like 80s podcast, like 70s, 80s, where I would just get on and sort of talk about things that came to mind that I missed from my childhood. The other day, I got on this kick where I was thinking about like things I used to snack on in the 70s and 80s. And I spent far too long on my phone looking up stuff and going down a very deep Alice in Wonderland type rabbit hole. Virginia, Virginia misses Nomad Lounge. I miss Virginia. Virginia, I haven't seen you in ages. Virginia and I go way, way, way back, many, many years. So Jeremy used to get WWOR in Massachusetts. I remember when we first got cable, and you had a cable box attached by kids. I want you to go with me here. Zach Brown, I'm talking to you. You had a wire attached to this box that connected via 2 screws to the back of your TV, and there was a clicking slider that went from channel 2 to channel. It went like to the UHF and VHF channels after that, but it was like and most of the channels had nothing. It was like 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and then like the mystery stuff afterwards that had like really funky whatever. But it was a little clicker that you used to have to click across way back when. Jim Rohosky, yes, the Naples was where the Dunkin' Donuts broadcast was. My Wi-Fi, my internet went out at my house. I literally grabbed my stuff. I drove down the street and I went to this Dunkin' Donuts that was not far when I lived in Naples. Jeffrey Soy said we had antennas with tinfoil. It's funny, as people are cutting the cord now, antennas are coming back because that's how a lot of people are getting their local stuff. You know what?
I need to say something when you're done.
Yes, ma'am.
About,
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm just so you know, I'm live.
I know.
Let me see. Do I need to send some more? Oh my God, Cheryl Picard sent me. That's right. You sent me boxes of Quisp cereal. I may or may not have eaten one of those boxes. My kids were like, "Wait a minute, you're getting cereal in the mail that hasn't been made in years, and you're about to eat it?" Yes, of course I am. Quisp had this weird alien on the front. Kids also, way back when, used to be able to buy cereal that had nothing but tons and tons of sugar in it, and like Super Sugar Smacks, Sugar Corn Pops. It literally, like, the first word was sugar, and Quisp was sort of the alien version of I actually just cut the cord recently, by the way. I cut the cord and I have nothing but streaming stuff now. And dear sweet baby Jesus, I want to thank you for Sling TV because it lets me get the only thing that I really cared about, which was keeping me DirecTV, which was NFL Network, and my little friends that I like to watch in the morning on Good Morning Football. So I'll figure out how I'll get the rest of the Giants games. Which, oh look, and with the draft coming up tomorrow, I had to rock my Giants mugs, the Giants Turvis Tumbler, Isaiah Simmons at number 4, for those of you who care. So, Scott Anthony Brosda, don't think I recognize your name. First timer, welcome. Also loved Quisp. Beatrice says, tell Marion she did a great job on the heroin show. I have told her, but thank you. I will forward that. So Tim Brown, Sugar Bear, which sort of sounds like a weird 70s name for some dude on the street who was not doing good things. Like, hey, I gotta go see Sugar Bear. But Sugar Bear was the mascot for Super Sugar Crisp, which then became wasn't Super Sugar Crisp, and then it was like Sugar Crisp, and then it was like Super Crisp or something. They took the word sugar out because, yeah, there's that. So, Jimmy Swoop, I would trade down if I got a top 10 pick and a high second rounder because I can still get my offensive lineman that way. Anyway, Sugar Smacks, that's what they were, Sugar Smacks. So, Eddie says, what NFL team do Orlandoans like? They're teams from the Northeast because nobody's actually born in Orlando. Everybody here is forced to migrate from somewhere else, and usually from somewhere in the Northeast. So, Judy is also streaming now. So much better. I'm digging it, man. Sling, Hulu, which I may ditch after I finish watching Castle. By the way, if you're a Stephen King fan and if you've never seen Castle Rock, it's fantastic. 2 seasons. By the time I'm done, I might kill it. I got it for Lost. I kept it for Castle Rock, and I watch Shark Tank every day. If you've never watched Shark Tank, you need to. It's some of the best television ever, and there's a learning experience for every single time. I cry at Shark Tank. Speaking of, okay, we have Sling, just really for NFL Network and some live stuff. Hulu, Amazon Prime, because it comes with it. Netflix for original programming, and obviously Disney Plus. Disney Plus is killing it. I need to be deliberately evasive, but I will tell you. I will tell you only what I can tell you is I've been screening a show that is going to be coming out next month. I don't know if it's been announced yet. I actually have a call with them tomorrow about it. I got the screener today. I've been able to screen the entire season of it. It is fantastic. It may be better than the Imagineering story. I cannot say what it is until Friday when I will give you my full review. It is so good. And the first episode, I wasn't choked up. I wasn't teary-eyed. I was crying. I was crying like a happy cry. And I was completely fine with it. I unfortunately I'm under I'm embargoed from saying anything. But on Friday, when I guess it all comes out, I will be able to talk about it more, and we'll talk about it more next week. I will give you my full. I'll either do a full show about it, or I'll do a live review next week. It is so good. It That's why it literally is why I'm wearing the shirt tonight. Because I'm in all of the Disney feels after watching this. So good, so good. Again, I don't mean to be deliberately invasive. Unfortunately I need to be, but I'm been fortunate to be able to get a screener ahead of a call that I have tomorrow with the principal from the show. Not principal like school principal, like the principal person on the show. It's really good. It's really good. So yeah, I don't know if it's and I'm literally not allowed to. I can't even give you my review, so I can't even tell you what it is because I don't know if that counts as a review. It's not. I'm just telling you that when it comes out, you need to watch it. I'll give you a full review later on. So no, this is not 20 questions. So, but speaking of 20 questions and stuff that we got to get to, I think it's time, because this is a good way for me to get myself out of this corner that I just painted myself into. It's time. I need. Wait a minute. Oh wait, I do. It's time for Top 5 Live. Wait, there it is. Did it work? Wait. Oh, I thought I had other music that I wanted to play. Anyway, it is time for Top 5 Live. And because today is Earth Day, and because we're talking Animal Kingdom on the show last week and this week, again, the history and the origins and the concepts. And I loved sharing a story this week about how different the entrance to Disney's Animal Kingdom was going to be. I don't know if I have it on my... no, I don't think I have it on any of the graphics here. No, I don't think so. Even on this map, it was still going to be called the Oasis. But I talked about one of the concepts that came very, very close to being executed on, which was this idea of Genesis Garden and the entrance portal being a Noah's Ark. I think it was just fascinating. I understand the inherent issues and potential complications that it had with it. But I think, notwithstanding that, it might just from a storytelling vehicle. I don't mean the physical vehicle. I mean the sort of storytelling vehicle. I think it was fascinating. So anyway, so we're going to talk Animal Kingdom for our Top 5 Live tonight. And you would think, based on my initial question, that it's going to be top 5 places you need to eat, top 5 places for breakfast, top 5 snacks you need to have, but that would have been too easy, and I gave you most of those in there anyway. Instead, I think that one of the things I love about Animal Kingdom is that it's so much richer and deeper than what is on the map, right? And I almost think that you can and should go in without a map, right? And that's how I love to take first timers there. I recommend that you go because it's a park of exploration. And I mean exploration not just in terms of exploring all the things that you need to tick off that you need to do. We get it, Flight of Passage and Navi River and Expedition Everest and all the things, the attractions you need to see. But I think there's a second and third layer of attraction that doesn't make it necessarily onto the map, right? I don't necessarily mean, oh, I need to go do the Gorilla Falls, the Pangani Forest. It used to be called Gorilla Falls. It was Pangani Forest Exploration Trail. There's some sort of creatures back there. Maharajah Jungle Trek, which, is I think one. But I think there's other ones, depending on how far you want to go. There are things that you should do when you go that you might not think about going. So this week for my top 5 live, I'm going to share with you my top 5 overlooked experiences that you must, absolutely must, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I just realized I just uploaded the wrong image. Wait a second. I have an old one in there. Hold on. I need to redo. Wait a second. Good job, Mongello. I swear I've done this before. I swear I have actually done. I had to redo one of the images. Hang on. Here. There we go. That should be it. Now, this is my top 5 overlooked experiences that you absolutely must do when you visit Disney's Animal Kingdom. So let's sort of go through them, and then I want to hear your thoughts on these, and then what you think needs to make your top 5 overlooked experiences at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So I believe that Discovery Island Trails is an must-do, and you might even be saying, Mongello, I don't even know what the Discovery Island Trails are. Well, exactly. That's the point, right? I think Discovery Island Trails is one of the best-kept secrets of Animal Kingdom because it's actually behind the Tree of Life, and it's a walking trail that has carvings and rock caverns and waterfalls and rope bridges and all kinds of animal exhibits that line the paths as you walk through the oasis. And I think it's, again, you should not be running through the park to get from place to place. Instead, you really should be taking your time and wandering some of those paths. So we talked about Maharajah Jungle Trek. This is, again, I think that when people look at it on a map and they walk by because it's not based on an IP, it's not a thrill ride. What I think it is one of the best, not just animal encounters, but layered story experiences. So it's about a third of a mile long. It's a self-guided walking tour in Asia that has all these footbridges and waterfalls and a bird aviary and endangered animals. It's incredibly heavily themed, has an elaborate backstory that really I want you to try and find and discover on your own, right? So I'll set a little bit of the stage for you, but you're sort of walking through this mystical royal forest of Anandapur, which has incredible wild animals and foliage and ruins, because this was supposedly like a hunting ground of the wealthy Maharajas, and now it's a preserve that has opened up that you can go and explore, but there's tigers and deer and black bucks, and there's a fruit bat area. There's a beautiful thing called a flying fox. It'll take you about 30 minutes or so if you sort of take your time and do it right. But again, there's a story that you can pull together about this Maharaja who enclosed the forest so that he and his friends could go hunting. And then again, there's a story about how the later Maharajas eventually turned it into a nature preserve where we, like the villagers, live in harmony with the with nature. And if you go near the end of the trail, there are these murals that you can find, these carved murals that you can find that will really help you sort of piece together the story of Maharajah Jungle Trek. Number 3 on the list is Nomad Lounge. We did a live review back on show 510, which we talked about earlier. It's located next to Tiffin's. This does an amazing job story-wise of incorporating the real-world adventures of guys like Joe Rohde, other folks from Imagineering who, while researching Disney's Animal Kingdom for years brought together their drawings, their stories, their artifacts, and combined them with some amazing, scrumptious small plate items. Now, since we've done our review, they have actually completely revamped the entire menu. So I have not had the chicken Manchurian Nomad Bowl with red cabbage kimchi, Nomad sliders, smoked pork ribs, artisanal cheeses, dare I say bread service, a tuna Nomad Bowl, togarashi spiced tuna, rice, impossible sliders, charcuterie, fish tacos. They have poutine. Smoked boneless rib poutine. How have I not gone there since? I need to go do it all over again. But definitely check out our review at 510. One of my favorite reviews ever. When I say number 2, the Dino Institute, I don't mean to walk into the dinosaur building and go ride the attraction. What I mean is that there is an amazing and very sort of extensive underlying storyline that goes throughout Dinorama, from Restaurantosaurus to the dinosaur attraction to the signs to the bulletin boards to the Dinorama store, the boneyard, that really sort of takes what this camp was before it became Dinoland USA, and the stories of the students and the professors and the research and some of the fun and the antics that they had while they were there. And finally, if you are able to, I recommend, because they are obviously the tours are add-on, paid add-ons. The Wild Africa Trek and the Savor the Savannah tour. So Wild Africa Trek, I did twice when it first came out, probably about 5 years or so. There's now 2 versions, which is the same. There's a morning version. There's an afternoon version. The morning version runs from $189 to $249. The afternoon is $139 to $249, depending on the time of year that you go. It's a 3-hour open-air safari, which means you do not get into one of the regular safari vehicles. You get this open-air, much smaller vehicle with a personal guide. There's also a walking tour. There are some experiences that you get there, I don't want to spoil for you, that you cannot get anywhere else, where you are harnessed and going over by the hippo pool. You're going over by the crocodiles. You get a souvenir. There's photo services. And you also have some amazing African-inspired snacks in this private viewing area in the middle of the savannah, which I tell you is worth the price of admission. Not because of the snacks, but it's so quiet and so peaceful and so tranquil out there. It is absolutely spectacular. And there's also a Savor the Savannah, which I have not done yet. If only I could find somebody who would do the Savor the Savannah tour with me, because this too is a nighttime private safari. You've got the African-inspired tapas, food, beverages. You've got the private savannah, the guide, regional beer and wines are offered as well. This is $169. Both of those you can find by calling WDW 407 WDW tour. Admission is required for both, not included, but they are all fantastic. And you can really kind of do all of them in one day. Like that's almost a perfect day at Disney's Animal Kingdom if I would throw Satuli Canteen in there for lunch. So that's my 5. Fight me on it. Agree with me. Tell me what else that I missed, because obviously Satuli Canteen, some of the food things, but I wanted to introduce you to things that maybe you had not thought about beforehand, that I definitely think are worth doing. I'm going to put some light on to get a little bit of, let's see here. There we go. Let's get a little bit of light. See, now I feel like I'm outside on the savannah somewhere. It's tranquil unless you have a hungry Lou Mangello tanked up on Jolt Cola. Why is she so mean to me? I'm like the nicest person in the world to her. So anyway, that is my top 5 live. Screenshot it if you like. Share yours in the comments, or share this with a friend and see what they think in terms of what belongs on here as well. I do see Terry Gaff, I believe, saying Divine. Divine almost made the list, but I almost feel that Divine isn't necessarily overlooked. I love the fact that for a lot of people, she's a surprise. Like, it's a very surprise and delight kind of a moment. I think she is incredibly elegant. So at one point, they actually had another performer, like Divine, that was there for only a very short period of time, and actually Push's cousin. Remember Push, the trash can. Push the trash can. His cousin was there. What was the name? Oh, this should have been the trivia question tonight. What was the name of the roving, interactive, robot-like cousin of Push the Trash Can? Well, there you go. It didn't take very long. You guys got it. It was West Palm. So Dustin got it. Heather got it. He was a palm tree. Yeah, West Palm was a palm tree. So I still and forever disagree with number 2, the Dino Institute. I will happily change Dino Institute. So Becky, that's so perfect. You're illustrating my point about missing the point. The Dino Institute has nothing to do with the dinosaur attraction. The Dino Institute, and maybe if I can get you out of Club 33 for 5 minutes, I will take you through Dino Land USA, and I will show you the underlying storyline that happens as soon as you cross the portal and enter, and you really get this incredibly rich, detailed backstory. And if you really take some time and look at some of the bulletin boards throughout, and even at some of the attractions without having to actually ride the attractions, it's very, very funny. Restaurantosaurus is a treasure trove of just really, really funny stuff, as is the Boneyard. And speaking of the bridge, and speaking of Disney's Animal Kingdom, who got was it today's daily Disney trivia question right about the name of the bridge that you go under to enter Disney's Animal Kingdom? Again, not meant to frustrate you. It's meant for you to hopefully learn something along the way. Who got the question right? And if so, what is shimmering in the background? I have no idea. I thought it was the moon. It's no moon. It's a space station. It's actually a street light. So I'll try and just put my giant freak head in front of it so we don't see it shimmering. So it is a street lamp. Yes. So James Desern, of course, James Desern is one of my oldest and dearest friends from all of this. I'm going to tell the story every single time. I don't care. He literally bought the very first trivia book I ever sold on the website. I still have your receipt, saved in my email because it was such a huge thrill. We've gotten to know each other and travel together a lot over the years. And there ain't nobody on this planet that knows Disney trivia, not just in the parks, but movies, TV, Walt Disney, who knows his history and trivia better than James Desern. And oh, by the way, he's also like the luckiest man on the planet because his wife is the sweetest, most beautiful, nicest person in the world. So my love to all you guys. And Becky's talking about Club 33 again. Club 33 was not the answer to this week's trivia. Club 33 will probably not ever be the answer to a trivia question. So Jason says, this feels so romantic, which is both awesome and creepy at the exact same time, I think. So Andrew Tan says, especially the other side of the Boneyard, across the bridge, absolutely. I think a lot of people have never been there, especially if they don't have kids. Look, you can go to and through the Boneyard. Obviously, unless you're tiny like me, you can't actually go on some of the slides and things. But if you go to both sides, there's some really, really cool stuff. Actually, on the right side, if you guys are entering the right side of the Boneyard, with sort of there's that sandy play area. There's actually a nice shaded area to sit that has fans and everything, which is really nice too. So David Potts says, speaking of this week's episode, David Potts, we need to travel again when this is all over. Speaking of this week's episode, can we get some sort of Quirkus Unlimited subscription to his 100? You literally can't read his books as fast as he writes them. The guy is just an absolute machine. Christina Rich says, you have trivia books? I don't know if she's being serious or not. Christina Ritz, that's actually how I started way back when. I wrote 2 trivia books. I've been writing my 3rd literally for 16 years. I just haven't had a chance to finish it as yet. Dave Brookover, good to see you. Please give my best to Michaela and the rest of the Brookover family. Scott Otis does not like Disney books nor reading, nor does he collect any of those. If only we had a core memory candle. So I was going to burn a core memory candle out here. Wait, now I got to find my Here with the Magic and Core with the Magic. So I was going to burn a core memory candle out here, but one, I didn't want to waste it because I wouldn't be able to smell it. And two, I needed just like little, I found the only ones I could find, like a little citronella candle just to try and keep the no-see-ums out. Because sometimes I like to sit out here and just sort of be immersed in the magic and just turn on like wait, that's the wrong one. I like to turn on Here with the Magic and just sort of watch some of those ambient videos, feeling like when it's 100 degrees outside, I'll sit outside here and watch some Animal Kingdom videos. But I also like to join Jason every day at noon, a little half-hour relaxing, chatty, snacky type time where he's got some videos playing in the background, and we can all sort of chat together. So go check it out at herewiththemagiclive.com. I think this live thing might catch on one of these days. So says I. It was a dark and stormy night. He does have them. I have the first two, waiting for the third. Darlene, and it's funny because every time I talk to Jim, he's like, so have you finished that third trivia book yet? I'm like, Jim, yeah. I'm finishing the third trivia book and my Epcot audio tours and the other book that I start. I cannot say what it is. I started two other books. One Disney-related, one completely outside the Disney stuff that I have not finished. I'll probably finish the non-Disney one first. When I say non-Disney, I don't mean Universal Studios. I mean it's more of a, it's more on the opposites. It's more on the other side of the stuff that I do. So, speaking of which, before I forget, and you guys know, like, I suck at plugging. Like, I'm really, 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 really awful. But I do just want to quickly, like, remind you guys, like, the opposite side of what I do is trying to help people turn what they love into what they do. And, so we have one spot left for our weekly mastermind group. A group of 6 of us meet every week virtually online to help you walk through your ideas, your business, your challenges, to keep you accountable, which is the hardest part. If you go to loumongello.com/coaching or shoot me an email, let me know. We have one spot left for the group that's going to launch in just 2 weeks on May the 4th, May the 3rd, somewhere around there. This says 2 spots. We now have 1 spot left for our retreat, which, as of now, is still going to happen in June. It's a weekend-long event with just 10 people. And if you can't make that, we're definitely going to have our 5th annual Momentum Weekend Workshop in Walt Disney World. 2 days, 1 room, 50 people, speakers who have walked the walk, and you're not just going to sit there and listen and learn and network, but we're going to help you move the needle. That's why it's called a workshop, and really make a difference before you walk out. Again, all this stuff is at loumongello.com. So Terry Gaff is screaming, Italy, Italy, Italy. Becky and I are going to she told me today that we need to get on a call about Italy. So we'll hopefully have some information sooner rather than later. So Dave Rashoniak can neither confirm nor deny what that book is about. And there's something else I'm working on too, but I just don't know if I have the bandwidth to do it. We'll see. I got to just pull the trigger. So, all Lou needs is a fire pit. Luis Ramos, I have a fire pit right there. Right? Yes, that's my little fire pit. But remember, it's April, so it's 113. It's actually really nice out tonight. A fan wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it's actually pretty nice out. So, Martin wants to know, look, is 20 questions coming up, man? Because that's the only reason why Martin is staying awake tonight. So, all right. So Martin wants to do 20 questions so he can get out of here. So, wait, I got to find my 20 questions slide. I have so many different slides, like, fired up in here. All right. So it's time for 20 questions contest. This is easy. It's fun. It's funny. And who knows, there might even be a mystery prize in it for you. Cheryl just said it snowed today in Buffalo. Yikes. So, all right, so 20 questions is just like it sounds. I will write down something that can be a person, place, thing, food, restaurant, attraction, current or extinct, character, something from the four corners of Walt Disney World, currently or in its history. You collectively will be able to ask more than 20 yes or no questions. The first person that gets it right, whose answer I see, chat goes by really, really fast. I try and be very diligent watching it. First one who gets it correct will send me their name, their address, and I will send you a mystery prize. And it's a mystery because really I just don't know what it is. But it might be something from my personal collection, which, by the way, I'm going to plug again, is on eBay. This week, every Sunday, 10 new items goes up. A lot of Walt Disney World history stuff. There's some really cool things that I promise you have never, nor will you ever find in a store. There's cast member stuff. There is opening day stuff. There's pre-opening stuff. There's, like this week, we've got the Tower of Terror. We have a Tower of Terror bellhop, like, manual, like, from the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. A lot of different things. Also going to throw some Star Wars stuff in there. Got a couple of rando things as well, too. So go to www.com/eBay. And as always, if you can, please help spread the word. Because, yeah, there's all that. So, all right. So with that, let's get back to 20 questions. The no CMs are out in full force and effect. So there's also, it sounds like, some sort of, it's either Scott Otis or there's some type of animal back there. But let's do some 20 questions. Let's again, yes or no questions only. I will read out the answers. I will try and help you whittle down to help you focus on what it is. So here we go, and good luck, and go. Let's see. Can you hold it in your hand? No. What time is it there? I'm sorry, that's not a yes or no question. It's not Yoda. Is it a ride? No. Is it Magic Kingdom? No. Is it Animal Kingdom? Yes, of course it's Animal Kingdom, because we're in Animal Kingdom. Is it a person? No. Is it the Tree of Life? No. Is it food related? Yes. Duh. Is it an attraction? No. Is it in your hedges? Possibly, Jason Knapp. Is it current? Yes. So it's current in Animal Kingdom. It's not the boathouse. Is it a place? Yes. Is it Earth Day related? No. This would be a good time for a local to scare the bejesus out of Lou. No, it wouldn't. Is it the Yeti? No. Is it in a resort? No. Is it food related? Yes. Wait, I'm scrolling as fast as I can. I'm so sorry if I miss it. I'm sorry. I'm going. Is it food related? Yes. Is it food? Yes. Is it a restaurant? Yes. Is it Jumbo? No. Is it Yak and Yeti? As a matter of fact, I can't show you because I typed it out here. It's Yak and Yeti. So Crystal Woolley, congratulations. You were the first one that I saw that got Yak. Wow, that was fast. Wow, that went by really, really fast. But it is. It's Yak and Yeti, so it should not surprise you. So let me just write down your name. Crystal Woolley. Crystal, do me a favor. Email me, lou@www.com, with your address. I will get out a mystery prize to you. And it's a mystery because I don't know what's in it yet. But I will go, I'll pull from the things that would have been going to eBay, and I'll put them in your box as well. So that's, okay, well, that went too fast. I sort of feel like we should do that again. Because I'm seeing, like, answers are still coming in. Melanie Jones has never eaten there. Melanie Jones, pack up your stuff, get down here, and we have many, many places that Jeremy Goff said you couldn't think of something that you haven't already said 57 times. No, so clearly I was of single-minded. All right, we'll play one more just for fun, for no mystery box. Let me try and see what I can, let me try and come up with something else here. It won't be, okay, so it won't be Yak and Yeti again. So my first thought went to Nomad Lounge. I promise I will not make it Nomad Lounge. Instead, I'll type it so I don't forget it. Okay, and it was Hal Cussler. That was absolutely less than 20 questions. And Kurt, I agree. Kurt Lenk, how you doing, man? Love me some honey chicken at Yak and Yeti. All right, so let's play again. We're going to start all over again. We're going to reset. We're going to reset the clock, judges. We're going to start 20 questions all over again. And again, clean slate. I'm not going to tell you what it is or where it is. You know how to play. So good luck and have fun. Is it Flame Tree Bbq? No, I just said it's not. You know, I am of single mind. It is not Flame Tree Bbq. Dan Boyle, it is not in Animal Kingdom. Jeffrey Swish, is it a restaurant in Animal Kingdom? Surprisingly, no, it is not. Is it Everest? No. Is it Divine? No. Is it extinct? Yes, James Discern. James Discern, you know me so well. It is extinct. It's not Dino Institute. It isn't a park. Is it a place? It is a place in a park. Is that a dinosaur behind you? No, but it's probably Terry Stinson-Darty creeping around my bushes. Is it an attraction? Yes. Is it in Africa? No. Is it food? No. Is it a rice? I think you mean ride. Is it a ride? No. Is it Animal Kingdom? Stop it. It's not dinosaur. It's not a person, Gabby Naldo. It's not Dino Land. It's not Animal Kingdom. It's not Hollywood Studios. Love your tea. Thank you. I love your tea too. Is it Alien Encounter? No. Wow, look at that. Out of nowhere, Alien Encounter. Is it in Toontown? No. Dino Land? No. Horizons? No. Epcot? Yes. Is it the Hub, Andrew Prince? No, it's not. From Disney on Wheels. Is it the Swan Boats? No. Is it Toontown? No. Is it Epcot? No. Is it extraterrestrial? It is not. It is not the Boathouse, although that's always a safe answer. Is it a dark ride? No. Is it the Mickey Mouse Review? No. Horizons? No. Camp Mini Mickey? No. Now it's 20 questions. No. Not Hollywood Studios, not Horizon, not the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play area. Tarzan, it isn't Epcot. It is not Kitchen Cabaret. It is not Ellen's. Oh, my God. Yeah, there's definitely creatures out there. It is not Toontown. Come on, Citronella, do your thing. It isn't Walt Disney World. It's not Tarzan Rocks. It is not the Olden Gate Bridge or 20,000 Leagues or Norway. It isn't Epcot. It is an attraction in Epcot. It is not Donald's Boat. The Swan Boats. Is there IP involved? No, it's not Body Wars. It's not the Dreamfinder or World of Motion, 20,000 Leagues or River Country, Wishes, If You Had Wings, or Delta's Dream Fight. Horizons, World of Motion, Le Cellier, no. Is it Frozen? No. Is it Frozen? Wait, we have a winner. Hold on a second. We need to have... Is that my winner sound? Oh, it is now. We have a winner. Hold on, where is it? It's John Bailey, because it is Food Rocks. John Bailey, see, you use the correct logic, because clearly all I ever do is talk about food. This was an easy way to marry my love of food to my love of Disney history and extinct attractions. So it is Food Rocks. John Bailey, won't you come home, John Bailey? Won't you come home? Please email me your name and address as well, and I'll get that out to you. I'll get something out to you. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll send you something. I'll figure it out. Let me just see who else. You seem to be the only one so far that I see. Circle of Life, Communicore, Fountain of Nations. Oh, too soon. Way too soon. By the way, fantastic soundtrack for Fountain of Nations. The Rocketeer score is beautiful. James Horner. If you haven't seen Rocketeer on Disney Plus, go back to last week's show. It was one of my top 5 hidden gems, so go check it out. Communicore, Wonders of Life, blah, 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 blah. No, wow, it seems so. You seem to be the only one. Well, you were the first one that got it, and that's the most important thing. The original Seas. Do you remember? And it rained, in the deluge. It is not Push. It's not Impressions de France, although I like Impressions de France for many reasons. Is it Backstage Magic? No. I mean, we know that it's Food Rocks, but I'm just sort of curious to see. Is the Circle of Life an environmental fable? What was it called before Circle of Life? You don't win anything other than just my absolute admiration. What was Circle of Life an environmental fable, which is now the Planet Earth movie in that theater originally called? What was it wasn't called something else. It was a different show altogether. What was there before Circle of Life and Environmental Fable? As I'm still reading questions. And I do see some people got food rocks after I had seen the original winner. Start singing Every Bite You Take. Remember Ham and Eggs? Food Rocks was actually a really cool show. It screamed 80s, as much of Epcot did at the time. Gabinaldo, the next time I see you, I want to hear your impression of, and it rained, and it rained. Dramatic pause. The Deluge. What was my favorite Food Rock song? Veggie, Veggie, Fruit, Fruit is such an easy answer. I did sort of like the banter between Ham and Eggs. And then there was the human woman who had a couple of numbers too that had a very sort of sultry 50s feel to it. Terry Doherty, it was Symbiosis, as a matter of fact. So, and their brother came out hard-boiled. Right, that was the worst Ham and Eggs impression, but that's sort of how he sounded. Jenny Blake and Cliff Secord, great protagonists. You just like Jenny Blake, for obvious reasons. And if you don't like Jenny Blake, then something's wrong. I know. I ended up going to Kitchen Cabaret. Food Rocks was more of. Oh my God, his name just jumped out of my head. Funky Cold Medina guy, Tone Loc. Tone Loc was the Funky Cold Medina guy. So Ron Schneider, nuts to you, Hammy. Ron Schneider, the original and the only Dreamfinder. Brother, I hope you are doing well. We should catch up one of these days, man. It has been way too long since I have seen you. I found the other day, I guess it was Epcot's maybe 25th anniversary, where we had a group going around together, and I remember hanging out. We were outside of, obviously, the Imagination Pavilion. You were there. You were so kind to my kids. My son was a huge, and still is a huge Dreamfinder, Ron Schneider Imagination fan. But you were so kind and generous with your time, like talking with people, and we were chatting about the history of the attraction and your time there, sharing stories, and yeah, that picture has happened to come up. So I appreciate you, brothers. If there's ever anything I could do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. He was Fud Rapper, right? Food Rapper, Fud Rapper. Yeah, I remember his costume was. It looked like it was a wrapper that had all of the nutritional information on it, and he had big 90s sunglasses. So, Kurt and I think everybody misses the Dreamfinder. Ron Schneider, man, listen, brother, every day on this side of the dirt is a good day. I think the last time that you and I got together, we went to Perkins, right? We went to Perkins by Crossroads and had breakfast, brunch, lunch, something like that together. Long time ago. We were talking about an event or something. So yeah, man, reach out and let's catch up. So Zach Brown, you're too young to remember Peter Gabriel. Of course, now I've got these songs playing in my head. And if I had my other external hard drive, I'd pull one up for you. But go on YouTube and check out some of the old Food Rocks and Kitchen Cabaret stuff. So, Martin Shergold, have a good night, brother. You have the youngest Perkins. Listen, I dig me some Perkins, man. It's been a long. I think Ron Schneider. I think going to Perkins with the Dreamfinder may have been the last time I actually went to Perkins. So, but. So there you go. So listen, wait, I just realized I have 5% left on my computer because I got all kinds of stuff attached. I've got lights, I've got cameras, no action, and I have no power out here because this was a last minute thing. So I'm going to need to wrap things up before my computer dies. Oi, now we're down to 4 seconds. All right, this is reminder time, right? It's not shameless plug time. It's reminder time. First things first, I want to thank A bunch of new people joined the WDW Nation this week. I am so thankful for you, for the friendship and the support and the love, and I love being able to give back. If you want to find out how to help the show, you can visit WDWRadioNation.com. We also do some pretty cool stuff there. Please don't forget to, if you listen to the show, it's great, but make sure you subscribe, and if you can, review and tell a friend. Like, if you can, before this week is over, just make sure you tell a new friend that's not already part of the community about the show. That would be super helpful. Let's see, what else did I forget? Whoops. Listen, I know the parks are closed. The cruise ships are, anchored, but there is a lot to look forward to. If you have a trip that you are thinking about planning when this is over, or you have any questions, go reach out to our friends over at mousefantravel.com. They're already taking bookings for later on this year, certainly 2021, cruises, things like that. And speaking of cruises, too, we have our Marvel Day at Sea cruise coming up. God, we're going to need that. January 23rd through the 28th. That's going to be leaving out of Miami. That is going to be an amazing time. If you've heard my Marvel Day at Sea review show, you know that it was one of my favorite cruises. Oh my God, we're down to 2%. I'm like losing light fast on this. So what else am I forgetting? I'm forgetting lots of stuff, but that doesn't matter. Listen, thank you. I love you for listening, for telling your friends, for being part of this community, for the joy and the gift that you bring me every single week with your time and with your friendship. I love you. I appreciate you. If I can help you, please let me know. Stay safe, stay home, stay positive, right? Because there's a lot of things that are contagious, and positivity is one of them. So thank you so much. I will see you guys hopefully soon, in the parks. So until next time, I'm looking for my final goodbye thing. I can't find it. Anyway, Jumbo, see ya. Thank you.